boy, does this look like a great crowd here in Vegas. Thank you all for joining us here today. AMD loves gamers. AMD loves high performance. So for all of our Radeon fans, it's time to meet the next generation of high-performance gaming GPUs. Today, I'm really happy to show you for the very first time our new high-end GPU for gamers and creators, AMD Radeon 7. Radeon 7 is the second-generation Vega graphics core. It is the world's first 7-nanometer gaming GPU. Radeon 7 has 60 compute units running at up to 1.8 gigahertz. Radeon 7 uses advanced 7-nanometer process technology. As I said, this is the world's first 7-nanometer gaming GPU. And what we get for that is 25% more performance at the same power. And lastly, Radeon 7 has massive memory. 16 gigabytes of high bandwidth memory with industry-leading terabyte per second of memory bandwidth. We see up to 30% improvement in things like Blender and Adobe Premiere. We see up to 62% more performance in GPU compute workloads based on OpenCL. How does Radeon 7 perform in gaming? And we have some really large improvements from first-generation Vega. What you see is across Vulkan, DX12, and some of the popular esports titles, you see significant improvements when running at 4K and max settings. Let's show Radeon 7 running a really cool new title. It's the upcoming Devil May Cry 5 running at 4K. So this is the first time that Devil May Cry 5 is being shown running on Radeon 7. You can see the game is running super fast in 4K ultra settings, way above 60 frames per second. Radeon 7 has better performance in some of the latest Vulkan games, like Strange Brigade, and is very competitive at both DX11 and DX12 games. Let me invite David Polfeld to the stage. He's head of Ubisoft's massive entertainment studio.
That's why we wanted to show everyone here the Division 2 running at 4K settings on the Radeon 7.
It's on me!
Radeon 7 will go on sale on February 7th for $699 from leading e-tailers, system integrators, direct on AMD.com, and in Alienware Area 51 desktops. And we're also saying for a limited time, Radeon 7 will become bundled with Resident Evil 2, DMC5 that you saw, and the Division 2. This morning, I'm pleased to announce for the first time that AMD has been working closely with one of the leaders in cloud computing. AMD, together with Google, have been working to bring game streaming to life with the Project Stream program launched last October. Google chose to test Project Stream with one of the most demanding games out there, Assassin's Creed Odyssey from Ubisoft. And if you take a look, all you need is a Wi-Fi connection and a Chrome browser to stream the game from Google's AMD-powered cloud servers in high-fidelity 1080p at 60 frames per second. So just take a look at some of the capability. That's why we are so proud that Google has selected high-performance AMD Radeon Pro GPUs based on our Vega architecture to power Project Stream. Now let me turn to the world of high-performance computing. In 2017, we took a big step forward to address this market with the introduction of our AMD EPYC server processor. Second-gen EPYC is powered by our new Zen 2 processor core and built using the world's most advanced 7-nanometer manufacturing technology. And I will go so far as to say that we believe it is the best server processor the world has ever seen. We are seeing incredible performance gains compared to the current generation EPYC. Things like 4 times the floating point performance, double the compute performance per socket, and up to 64 cores and 128 threads per processor. And we use the same socket and the same platform as the current generation, which actually makes upgrading really easy. So to demonstrate the power of our next generation EPYC, I'm going to show you a demo. And what you see is that you have a single EPYC processor running against two Intel processors, and the EPYC processor is running faster. It's running about 15% faster. A single EPYC processor against two of our competitors' best, and what you see is an increase in performance. So I'm very happy to announce today that the second generation AMD EPYC processor is absolutely on track, and we will start shipping in the middle of 2019. I've got one more big thing for you today. Are you guys excited about Ryzen? Third gen Ryzen is also powered by the Zen 2 core. Also has 7nm technology. And as a desktop processor, it will absolutely set the bar on performance, technology, and power efficiency. And to show you a little bit, I'm going to give you today the first ever public preview. No, it's a preview of what next gen Ryzen can do. So what you're seeing is an early version of our third gen Ryzen desktop processor. By the way, it's also running with Radeon 7 GPU. The game is running consistently at more than 100 frames per second at 1080p with maximum settings. This system that James is running is the most advanced PC gaming hardware in the world. How does Ryzen really perform compared to the competition? So let's take one more look, just one more look. What we're going to show you today is now third gen Ryzen with a head-to-head comparison against the top-of-the-line Core i9 9900K running the industry standard Cinebench benchmark. So note, let me tell you what we're running. We're running 8-core, 16-thread Ryzen, not final frequency, early sample, and we're running stock frequencies of the Intel part. The image on the left is the competing processor. The image on the right is Ryzen. Ryzen looks like 2057. Our competitor is running at 2040. So that sounds like a win. Does it sound like a win? So you can see that the system power of third gen Ryzen is running actually about 30% lower than of the competing system. So now you really see the power of 7nm technology and what being aggressive with technology does. Next gen Ryzen will also be the world's first PC platform to support the ultra-fast PCI Express Gen 4 standard. Third gen Ryzen will run on the same AM4 desktop infrastructure. So it's really simple. For all of you who are on Ryzen today, really simple upgrade, drop-in for users. And we will be launching in the middle of 2019. Thank you for all your support, and thank you for your time today.